Hello, my lovelies. I hope you guys all had or are having a wonderful day. I decided to do something a bit different with this week's audio and try something a bit more loose and fun. But before we begin, I wanted to let you guys know that I am on Twitter and I love interacting with you guys so much. So if you want to see what I'm up to, go ahead and follow me there. And I also have a coffee, so if you like my videos, you can buy me a coffee. Actually, in my case, it's a croissant. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, today's video is a bit more loose and relaxing, so I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my absolute favorite YouTube comments. I get a fair amount of comments for each of my videos, and reading them is actually one of my favorite things about having this channel. So I've gone through and reread all of them, and picked some that made me smile or laugh or just felt really good to read. I won't be saying any names for whoever posted the comments, and these are in no particular order, by the way. Okay. First up, I was having a rough day. Thank you for this. I think this is so sweet. I really love hearing this because at the end of the day, that's what my things are for. I hope they help you through rough days or help you fall asleep or help you study. Things like that. I love that people use my content to help. It feels really good, and I hope they make you guys feel good as well. Next up we have Broski. It's 1 a.m. And this one made me giggle because on my old schedule I would release my videos on Friday at midnight. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I ended up staying up till 1 or 2 in the morning just doing last minute things and making sure everything looked good, and then checking analytics for like an hour just to see how everything was going, and that was not healthy. I should not have done that. And it wasn't great for you guys either. It wasn't an optimal time to post, really. So I changed that after a few videos, and I'd kind of learned that. So sorry about that one. And this next one is POV. You are Bennett. I know it's ASMR meant for the traveler, but I'm getting heavy, quote-unquote, Bennett got injured again vibes from this. This is in reference to my Barbara ASMR, where she heals you, and I can definitely see where this thought comes from. It totally would happen to Bennett. I don't know too much about his character, but I do know he is super unlucky, and poor him. He's like super adorable looking. He looks like a little ragamuffin. He's just so cute. So I totally see where this one is coming from, and I think that's very funny. So I like that one. It gave me a good giggle. And this next one is a little bit longer. It says, now, to be upfront, this is another character I'm definitely not fond of, much like Hutao, and I have a lot of preconceived biases about her, which in a way does give me a good understanding of Rosaria whether I like her or not. So speaking to the voice, despite you having difficulty with the range, you did a great job sounding like her at least. She's just as cold and unfriendly as I remember right off the bat, but not entirely cruel necessarily, and you did well kind of striking that balance, I think. You do manage to always do a great job at making it feel right. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's the feeling I get every roleplay audio. I feel like, though, at the very beginning of this one, the delivery of the line felt a tad rushed to me. It was a bit awkward, but right after that it felt like you were comfortable and at home doing the voice. I don't know how you record things, so I wouldn't know how to fix that kind of problem. Maybe say some lines from the character just before you start the actual recording to sort of get into the right headspace if there's a hesitation or some kind of nervous feeling. Just some suggestions. Don't pay it any mind if it doesn't apply. Anyways, good job as always. I was a bit late for this one and I may not like Rosaria, but since it's your work, I give it a chance regardless. Thank you for the hard work. The little praying hands emoji is at the end as well. I actually really love hearing constructive criticism regarding my audios. It makes me feel like you guys are actually really listening and making sure that I'm kind of keeping up the quality of my audios, which is something that I really do care about. I really do like making sure that I am true to the character's personality. And so if I don't necessarily nail the voice, such as some of the characters that have really low voices that are just not in my range completely, I try to make up for it with at least matching their personality really, really well. Because it's odd hearing a character's voice so you know subconsciously that it's them, but then they say something that isn't quite them, if that makes any sense. So, again, I think this was a really good breakdown. Although they didn't like this character, they still gave it a chance, which is really, really sweet. I don't expect you guys to do that, and I don't expect everyone to have the same favorite characters as I do. That would be very unfair. But for this, I think this is really nice. I love reading these long comments of just how you feel about the video, if there's any improvements, things like that. And I think we have a couple more mixed in here, but we'll get to those later. So moving on to the next one, we have, usually I listen to ASMR for sleep, but this just warms my heart. It's so wholesome. This is so sweet. I really hope that I can give off wholesome and loving and caring vibes in my audios, because that's really what I'm trying to give to you guys. If I could put them in my hand and give them to you myself, I would. But my hands are very small, and there's so many of you. I couldn't possibly do it. So this is the next best way. And as for people who listen to my ASMRs for sleep, I think that's really sweet as well. That's kind of the personal connection that I aim to deliver when I make my audios. I really want you to feel like I'm there with you, and if I do a sleep audio, I'm the one that's there giving you little head scratches and reading you a bedtime story. I love bedtime stories so much. So this one is just really sweet. I love hearing that my audios bring people that much comfort and happiness. Moving to the next one, we have, it's all fun and games till she sprays pain liquid, alcohol, slaps the back of your head and says, "I like you cut, G." So this one just made me giggle. It makes me giggle every time that I read it. I think it is so funny. And I think especially the first time. This is actually a comment that was for my recent haircut original Gentle GF audio, and it just caught me off guard, and it was so funny to me. It gives me a genuine chuckle every time I reread it, so thank you for that one. Next we have, in all capitals, Gentle GF Friday. Let's fucking go! It's definitely supposed to be yelled, but I'm not gonna yell that into your guys' ear. But I genuinely like that one a lot. It's the fact that it's been given a name, like people are excited for Fridays for my content is so, first of all, it's very sweet, thank you. But also, it's just really, really funny to me that someone's just that excited for it. So thank you for that one. That's very sweet of you. Next we have Hu Tao tries to burn me. Me running 2-piece lava walker for absolutely no reason. Pathetic. I think this is really funny because I actually do have I think 2 or 3 pieces of the lava walker set for my Diluc, and so I know the grind that it takes to actually get those pieces, those artifacts, and so this is just really funny to me. I hope you guys know, like, I genuinely laugh at a lot of these comments in a nice way, of course, but this is just so funny for me because I know the grind that it takes to get those things. Oh my god. Okay, moving on. We have this absolute banger of a comment. One word comments really get me sometimes. I'm a simple being. Swaggy. I don't know why, just single word comments. I see them and my mind just goes a little bit stupid, and I'm just like, funny word, go. Very funny, thank you. 10 out of 10, very good comment. And the next one, that we have is from my Rosario audio that I did a while back, and it is it bad that I pictured Gentle GF doing the Kaya voice lines on the other side of the table while wearing an eye patch and a fur cape like Kaya? Ever since I have seen this comic, I think about it every now and again. It is so funny to me, just imagining Gentle GF with her long red hair and the fluffy, the little scarf thing that he has, and like the eye patch and the tight pants, and I'm just like, yes, hello. Yes, Rosaria, I'm Kaya. I'm definitely Kaya. I think it's very it's the visual. It's the thing that comes in my head is what makes me really giggle. Again, banger of a comment. Thank you for that one. Definitely somewhere in an alternate universe, this is real. Next one, I don't remember which video this one is actually under, but it says, "Why was this on my recommendation? But calm." And just the implication, like if you see my video and you recommend it and you're like, what is this? Why is this being recommended on me? You click it out of curiosity and you watch it, you find out you like it, and you're like, well, I was angry, but I'm no longer angry anymore. It's very funny. It's, again, a very visual thing for me, but I really love this one. It's like a friends to lovers, like, turned out, you're just like, I don't know. Oh no, it's enemies to lovers. Oh my gosh. Where you look at it and you're like, I don't know if I like that. And then you get to know it and you're like, okay, I like it. Very cool. The next one we see on several of my videos, and I love it every time I see it. I really do. I love it. It's cucumber approved, and like I said, they've been commenting on my things for quite some time, and there's recently been some discourse with some other commenters regarding cucumber approved being first. And I think on my most recent video, someone was like, I beat cucumber approved, yes, and they were like so excited. It's just very funny to me. I think somebody, actually the same person before that, was like, man, got beat by cucumber approved again. It's very funny. Keep coming back, cucumber, I love you. Next one is actually, the cucumber got here before me again. WTF. All in caps too. They're so upset. Your anger isn't what's making me laugh. It's the cucumber. Oh my god, it's just so funny to me. Oh gosh. Next we have ads to Poggers playlist. I respond to them, Pog. They respond, your Pog. And it's very reminiscent of the interaction between Keanu Reeves. It's during like a Cyberpunk live event thing, and someone said, you're fantastic, or you're wonderful, or something, and then he points and he goes, no, you're wonderful, or something, and it's very much what this feels like. Loving the energy, I really do. I love this so much. It's very sweet. But it's very funny. I think their picture also makes it pretty nice. I like it a lot. Next one. Okay, next one is just more. That was their comment. It was just more. And I said, only if you say please, with the little, like, the shy face emoji. I don't actually know what to call that. It's like, I think it's baby? Is it baby? The I'm baby emoji? I just put only if you say please. And they actually responded, and just, please? I think that's very sweet. Thank you for that. I appreciate the manners. I think it's really funny too, because at first they just said more and it came off as like almost a little aggressive, and I was like, oh, no, you have to say please. And they're like, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. Please? I think it's very sweet. So thank you for that one. That one made me genuinely smile. Moving on, I believe this was either under my Mona ASMR. I'm actually not sure what this one is from, but it says, we got Mona, then Lisa. Coincidence? More than likely so. Except the more than likely so is all in capitals. Again, I don't want to yell in your ears. I can be very loud, but I don't want to be. But I think this is very funny too. Because that pun has crossed my mind, and I think I've seen a meme about it somewhere, where it's like Mona Lisa, ahaha, like the art. It's so stupid. I don't know what puns really get me. Puns really do make me like genuinely laugh, and it's so silly, but they bring me a lot of joy. So, we'll go ahead and go to the next one. This one says, "This feels like a day with young Sheldon." Nice ASMR, by the way. Young Sheldon. If you guys don't know, it's from a show called Big Bang. I think they made a spin-off of the main character, but younger. And I'm not a fan, but I know exactly what they mean by this, and it's pretty funny. So that one gave me a chuckle, because I think this was under Mona. I believe this one was under Mona, and I just imagined her, like, dressed like Sheldon, and just saying, like, bazinga or something. It's really funny to me. It's so silly, but I thought it was really funny. Moving on, we have, I think this was actually in response to one of my original audios, which is really sweet. It says, "Her, there's that smile. Me, who's already smiling because I will watch this video. Sure." I think that's really sweet. The implication that you see my video and you smile is so sweet. It warms my heart when you guys say really sweet things in the comments. I love reading them. Actually, something that I do when I'm having a rough day, or when, I'm just feeling under the weather, or I feel like I'm having kind of like an art block, like a writer's block, and I'm kind of lacking inspiration. Something that I do is I go back and I read these comments. I screenshot them, and I have a little folder with them, and I look them over every once in a while, and it really helps. It's really sweet. It really touches my heart. So thank you for that one. I thought that was really nice. And next we have another wholesome one. I absolutely appreciate how wholesome these videos are. It actually helps me relax. Thank you. You're very good at this. Again, thank you for watching my videos, and I'm so glad they make you feel that way. I'm very good at this too, apparently. That's very nice to hear. I'm really happy that you think so. I'm happy that all of you guys who watch, are happy with what I'm able to put out and what I create. So, hearing this again is it's very nice. The next one was in response to one of my Genshin roleplay ASMRs, and it has a timestamp of 7:38 and says, "I thought she said weed." It has 3 little skull emojis, and I just put, with each letter spaced out in capitals, "wheat." They respond, "I'm sorry, okay, I'm deaf," and they have a little emoji with like a hole and a person running toward the hole. It feels awful, but I think it's really funny. Thank you for that one. Their image also is really funny. It's one of the Genshin characters wearing a McDonald's hat, and I see that on Twitter very often. But to see it pop up on YouTube is also very funny. And their username is also pretty funny. I'm not gonna share it, but it gave me a chuckle. Then the next one is, "The poetry was amazing and beautiful. Also, with her scaring us kind of made me think, like, I don't know, it pulled me even more forward, like I'm actually there and she's next to me. I could just see her smirking. Her being sassy and then showing us such gentle poetry was fantastic. Thanks a lot for this video." This one was in response to my Hutao video, and I actually really liked that one. I really did. I was able to put it out pretty quickly. I think I wrote the script and recorded it in 2 or 3 days, and I was really surprised with myself at the quality of it, and how I was able to put it out that fast and make it sound good. Unfortunately, I didn't get Hutao during her banner, so I'm hoping I can maybe get her in the rerun. I think she's a really fun character. So hopefully she'll come to me. Next one, has some swears in the beginning, so, been a shit-ass week. I needed this shit so bad. I'm jonesing for the say-so. I'm jonesing for the say-so. I think that's what got me. I haven't heard anyone say jonesing in a while, and so that caught me a bit off guard, but I think overall, the composition of this tweet, or not tweet, oh my gosh, this comment I think is really funny. I'm sorry that they had a really bad week. I feel terrible whenever anyone says, I've had a bad week, but this audio really helped. It's sweet. I hope you don't have any bad weeks. I don't want you guys to have bad weeks. But yeah, jonesing for the say-so. I actually say that, pretty frequently in real life now. And, I think I said it in front of my mom, and she was like, I'm sorry, what? And it was really funny. So thank you for that one. I hope your weeks are better, to the person who commented this. The next one is from yet another one of my Genshin RPs. Her, Traveler, what are you doing here? Me, stealing all of the silk flowers and fish from the pond. Sightseeing. It's if I had the talent, I would love to draw this. I would love to make a little comment, like a little comic of this. I think it would be so funny. Just because that's exactly what it looks like, probably, to NPCs. You're just sitting there with an armful of silk flowers and fish, and you're just like, mind your business. I'm doing hero stuff. Sightseeing, as they say. Okay. Next one was under my Barbara video, and I slipped a little something in there, and nobody had noticed actually for a couple of weeks, I don't think. And that's where this comment comes in. They said, Traveler, you're finally awake, which is the opening line. It was in reference to Skyrim. When you first wake up on the wagon. It's just like, oh, Traveler, you're finally awake. I had to respond back. I was like, I'm so glad someone caught that. I was waiting for that to come up. They finally did it. I was so happy that somebody caught that. I do occasionally put in little memes or little references to stuff in my audios, whether it be in my Genshins or my originals. I've slipped a couple in now, I think. And it's just something a little fun to, like, if you re-listen to any of my audios, you might catch them a second or a third listen through, and you're like, and it gives you like a little chuckle, it's like you find something new, every time you listen, kind of thing. And I love that. I love movies that do that, where they slip in little stuff that you may not notice right away. And I think it's really fun. It's a little creative, little pizzazz, And next one here is there a voice you can't do? Absolutely. To answer this question, absolutely. There is so many voices I cannot do. For one, I would love to do Morgan Freeman's voice, but I can't. My voice does not go that low, and it doesn't sound good. But I think they're referencing more for my Genshin audios. A lot of the ones that I do are higher pitched, and it's a lot easier for me. It's definitely more comfortable for me for my vocal range. As I mentioned in one of my Barbara videos, I was in choir for a little bit, and that did help it helped me find where my range was and where I was most comfortable in singing. And so I kind of apply that to this, where I try to find characters where, one, I like if I can relate to them. I think it's really cute. Sucrose is probably one of my favorite characters to voice, and she's very comfortable. I could probably regularly talk as Sucrose, probably for days, before I felt anything in my throat, or in my vocal cords. So, is there any voice that I can't do? Absolutely. I'm not perfect. I'm really aiming to try to get better, and to kind of expand my vocal range. There's different exercises that I'll do occasionally. There's different drinks. I think I kind of mentioned that in my Barbara audio as well, because that's something that she does in game. If you've ever played her Hangout, she has I think a chili juice or something. It's like a spicy drink and it helps with her vocal cords. So sometimes I drink like a hot tea before and I have some during set aside, and I usually have a cup or a bottle of water. I don't have that today. I actually think I'm all out of bottled water. And our tap water is a little bit icky, so that's on me though. So I think I'll do that actually tomorrow. But yes, voices I can't do. I can't do them all. But I'm trying. I'm working to get there. And then the next and the final one is, quote unquote, like the back of my hand. Honey, you're wearing gloves. This was actually under my Amber RP, and I thought this was so funny because I don't know how I didn't see that. I even responded. I said I somehow overlooked her gloves. I'm a fool. I forgot she wore gloves. I legitimately, I didn't even realize it. And as I was making the thumbnail, it shows her hands. I was just, oh my gosh. This, like, it made me laugh, and I was kind of like, oh my gosh, I need to pay more attention. And I know that's not what they meant by it. They were like, oh no, you're totally fine. I was just making a joke. And so I just thought to myself for a little bit. I was like, oh my gosh, she does wear gloves. I thought that was so funny. So that being said, that was the last comment that I had for today. If yours wasn't on here, it's totally okay. I just picked out, if I could, I would read them all. But I think we would probably have closer to a 2-hour video if I did that. And I don't want to bore you guys to death. I know this probably isn't the most fun or the most complex audio that I've done, but hopefully for those of you that really like rambling and things like that, maybe this kind of helps, whether you just, need to feel like you have someone with you to study or, going on a walk or something. I hope this kind of helps. So, if you like this video, go ahead and hit like and subscribe and follow me on Twitter. If you enjoy my work, consider sending me a coffee. I have the link in the description. And again, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I love you guys so much. Mwah. Big kisses to all of you guys. Thank you.